Not much.
How's it rolling?
Good. After this, I get to go dog sitting for like 4 hours.
Hey, yo, for Luna.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Luna. Good deal,
I'm
yo.
excited.
Oh,
Well, let's be honest. Luna is not a baby anymore. That's a big fat bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but all puppers are babies.
I know.
They don't know they big. They don't know.
I tell Luna all the time, Luna, you're a big fat bitch, but I love you. You know what I'm saying?
And she's just so happy to hear it, I bet.
For sure.
Yes, I am. I'm so happy about it.
No, she's like 100, playing tug of war with 100-pound dog. That's no joke.
Them labs, shit.
Yeah.
I watched. I got tiny ones that can't fight me very well.
Right, like I watched her pull her owner over a snowbank basically because she saw us get out of the car and they were out on a walk. And she saw us, and she freaked out, and she started jumping over the snowbank. My buddy's wife had to basically just drop to her knees and hold on for dear life.
I mean, at that point, I think you just let go, and just let the dog run and jump on you, and you catch it.
Well, what if this car's coming? We were crossing the street.
Oh,
very dangerous.
I see.
Very dangerous.
You were. Mm-hmm. This was. No, you gotta hang on for dear life when there's cars because they're not very bright.
I would have got PO'd at Luna if she ran out in the street. You know what I'm saying?
Don't you do that. Leo, tiny little Pomeranian. I don't know why he thinks he should be fighting vehicles, but he wants to run into oncoming traffic.
Fucking right.
I don't know what the deal is. Anyway, welcome to Jonny Haleigh.
Oh, Jonny Haleigh.
Day of
fun.
Yes. Once, we'll get the sync on that right at some point, but I'm sure it's hard.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Rocking some coffee with a cinnamon stick in it like a proper fall witchy bitch.
I'm rocking some Caribou Medium.
What is your mug?
Here.
Oh my God, it's Pennywise. I love it.
But it's tropical.
It's tropical.
It's got flamingos and shit.
Oh, very flowery and cute. I love it. I have an old South Dakota stamp from 1889 on my mug. Yeah. I bought this at an antique shop with Aisha one time, and I got it and I was like, "Oh, I love this." And she goes, "It looks so sad and depressing. She's just a lady out there by herself standing by a sod house." But fuck, I love it. There's nobody there to bother me. I'm about it. Good for that bitch.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I have a coffee mug that's kind of more into today's topic. It's a Hocus Pocus mug.
Ooh.
But it's got all three of them, and then it says "All Hail the Queens."
I love it. Absolutely.
But I refuse to drink out of it because it's that awesome.
It's for pretty. It's not.
It just sits in my cupboard. It reminds me that I have it every once in a while when I open the cover. It's like, yeah,
there's that.
Still got it. These are expensive mugs.
Where are you getting them from?
If you want to get these, tfury.com, whatever graphic they have, you can get a T-shirt, a mug, you can get whatever. Really, I think you can get doormats.
We can start doing that for our own shit. I have that for. I have my own Wares by Frankie Etsy shop for my goofy shit that I make.
Yeah.
But we could start up one for ourselves for whatever comes to mind that's on brand. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, if you want to look at these design T Fury. So yeah.
I dig it. Very cool. So before we started, I had just got out of the shower actually. And you know how in the shower you have you sometimes just have revelations.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about, because I have this, I posted some stuff on TikTok, and you look at yourself when you post on TikTok, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I look like. And I have this scar in my eyebrow, and I'm like, oh yeah, from that time that I busted my head open as a kid. And I kind of giggled to myself for a hot second, being like, man, I had a lot of head injuries as a kid. I remember,
right?
I got thrown out of my crib by my brother when I was a baby, and pushed down the stairs. I got knocked down on the plane, and I was like, shit, is that why I have anger issues now? Do I have brain damage?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I kind of thought of that, since I was because I got medicated and all that stuff or whatever. I'm kind of thinking like that might be the stem of it because I think I told you that one time that lady, I should call her a bitch. She took off. I was leaning against the hood of her car, and then she took off, and I fell on her hood, and I had to hold on to her hood for fucking dear life. And then I fell off at one point and smacked my head. So I think maybe,
and just kind of like, oh, maybe that's what's wrong with me.
Well, it's not like I didn't take it to an Ed Gein extreme, but I had anger issues for sure. Right?
At least we're not murdering anybody, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, my closet doesn't have any human skin hanging up in it. No,
we started a podcast. That's what we did with our nonsense. So it's all right. It's fine.
I mean, I wouldn't say it. Well, it is harmless fun, I guess. Unless you're Christy. Your governor, then, you know, we got to give her the weekly shout out. What up, Christy?
What up, Christy? We hate you so much. You know what? I think this is appropriate timing for this. I found this card. I don't know what it's from.
What is it?
I don't know. It was sitting here in my little office area. It's got it's from some kind of a game. There's 3 X's on the card. And the options here that you do, I don't know what with. We've got porn star, flannel pajamas, nudist colony. I don't know what this game is, but Christy, that's you. Porn star in flannel pajamas at a nudist colony.
And let's just be fair. The only reason I'm mentioning her is because I still really want that blowjob. That's just it. You know. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, you know what? So you never know. Maybe she'll be a fan one day, and
she could be a fan.
She could be your first groupie.
She can meet me and be starstruck. What a mind fuck that is, huh?
That would be great. And she would probably not actually listen to the podcast, just be aware that you have a podcast and have no idea that you said these things.
I would even like play with her a little bit and give her shit like, "Oh, Christy, where's your mask?"
Get put a hole in that mask, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Make a space. So what's your delivery device today?
Oh, I'm using it's just a white bolt, and then it's got a monkey on it.
That.
So yeah,
Johnny Chimpo, not quite.
Yeah, we can call it Johnny Chimpo, kind of.
I like it.
It's like
what do you call that? Because so I call them spoons, but I don't know.
I just call it a bowl.
You just call it a bowl?
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean,
that's what we called. What's up?
Would you call it a chillum?
No, like that's a chillum.
That's it. Oh, okay. All right.
But
okay, yeah, I don't know.
But no, like that's what we called it. But I mean, I'm sure there's, you know, wherever you're.
What do you call it? Jonny Haleigh DOF@gmail.com. Tell us what you call your delivery device.
True that.
I got me and Jay. I got a gelato. Is what this is.
Gelato. I think this is still some Blue Dream.
No,
but
AK?
I did. What?
Did you got no AK?
No AK. But I did pick up some wedding cake the other day. So ooh. I haven't tried that out yet, but
if I think I've liked the wedding cake before. I think that one is a little I still have some Gorilla Glue, not to brag.
I hate you.
Well, you got to come down and visit again. Next time you come down, we'll get you set up proper.
Well, that melon thing was probably my favorite.
That was?
It was interesting just because
Melonade.
Melonade, there you go.
Because it did have a different flavor on the inhale than on the exhale.
Yeah, it was. I think that was probably the best thing. But those modified grapes were delicious as well.
Yeah.
But I refuse to travel with it because it's just me.
No, you know what I mean? No, I get it.
Across state borders, it's a little sketch.
I mean, come on, crusty and all that. You gotta get groovy, man. Like,
I get it, but they also have to hold on to the votes of those old farmers too. You know, I get that.
God damn it! No, listen here. I'm gonna tell you right now, them old farmers be smoking the green too. You know they are.
Most of them are hypocrites. Most of them just don't. Most of them aren't, or they would rather just people don't know their business, but then don't make it people's business.
But they're going to the dispensary. I see them there. All the time I see him there. I'm like,
looking both ways, like, oh, God,
yeah, for real. Well, don't vote for that bitch then. How about?
Well, it is on our ballot this year, so hopefully.
We have if there's a sign in the dispensary, even restore the will of the people, because we already voted to have it legal, and she's
well, yeah,
it.
You guys got fucked.
Yeah. So, but they're having another vote again or whatever. So now I gotta fucking vote again, which annoys me. I don't want to participate. Yeah. But
right, you could get jury duty then. Yeah.
I've got every single time I have registered to vote when I have moved somewhere, I have gotten fucking jury duty. I am not kidding you. Every single fucking time. I was the jury foreman on a fucking jury that let some bitch go who was like accused of driving under the influence of drugs. And I honestly got everybody to flip over to let her go because I did. And here was my argument. I was like, because part of the testimony or whatever, I can talk about it, I think, because I don't know enough details about it. Whatever.
Just don't mention names.
I don't remember what any of the names were. Yeah. But I fucking the big testimony was her appearance of like and her behavior or whatever. That she was, and when they did some kind of drug test, it was all prescription medication that she had prescriptions for. And some old people, some older dudes in the jury were trying to argue that maybe she was smoking weed or something. And the way that I flipped everybody, I was like, I kind of just think she just looks that way. I think that's just her face. And everybody was kind of like, yeah.
Well,
which is maybe not the nicest thing, but she got off. So, and I was coming down the steps afterwards, and she and whoever was with her in court were in front of me, and I'm walking out, and she turned around. The lady who was on, she turned around and screamed, "Thank you!" and then turned around real fast and ran away.
Just this.
You're welcome.
All you saw was this ugly face look back. And just said, thank you.
Yeah, but it was. I was like, she just kind of looks like she's got one of those faces. She looks like she's stoned all the time.
You know what I would do?
I think that's just her face.
You know what I would do in that situation? If I got off, even if I got off on like the charges or whatever, and for that reason, and you said, maybe that's just the way he looks, I would walk up to you after that and be like, do you think I'm ugly or something? Like,
well, she didn't know that that's what I said. She just knew I was the foreman because I had to hand the slip of paper to the judge or whatever.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know the conversations we had.
Did they read the jury notes? We,
the jury, have determined that you just look like that all the time.
Right.
so we don't think you should be punished for that.
Miss, on account of you being fuck ugly, you are dismissed.
I said, whatever. It's not that. She just had one of those faces that I'm like, yeah, if I saw you at any point, you look stoned now.
Yeah. There was a lady that lived in my hometown that was probably like just turned 40, and she looked like she was 60 years old. Like in the face, not so much like body, but like the face. She looked so old.
Just do. You know who I always think of is Maggie Gyllenhaal, which whatever. She's an actress.
Okay.
Maggie Gyllenhaal's sister. She's in the Batman movie with Heath Ledger as the Joker. She's the love interest girl.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She's just, I don't know. It's something with her cheeks. She just looks older than she is. I don't know what it is. And I'm not sure. Whatever. Have the face you have. Every face is beautiful and wonderful. I'm not saying it's not. We're not trying, but yeah, I think, whatever. I've got sleepy eyes. I look stoned when I'm not. Fuck it. I inherited that.
But there's nothing wrong with having that. Like there's a difference between sleepy eyes and just being like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Like
Mr. Personality. Okay. Remember that song?
Well, yeah. But like we're all guilty of looking at somebody's kids and be like, these are the ugliest fucking kids I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. You say that, and I immediately imagined exactly the ugliest baby I've ever seen. And I'm not going to name names, but I know exactly the ugliest baby I've ever seen.
I've seen
whatever. It's true.
I've seen some kids in Fargo, like with their parents out and about, and like, holy fucking shit. Like, what the hell are you? Like, there's one that looks like it's a fucking goblin.
I know. Maybe they'll grow up to be beautiful. You never know.
Maybe. Oh, yeah.
You can hold out hope for that poor kid.
I don't know. I don't know if the face can stretch that much, to be honest. Like, some of them just have that face that looks like a fucking British bulldog. You know what I mean? Just like.
Oh, I know that. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, and you hope that they grow into that nose proper somehow.
There was a girl from There was a girl from a couple towns over that every time you mentioned her name, I'm not going to say names, but it wouldn't take a genius to figure it out. But like, she works out and she's got a great body and everything, right? But her face is fucking ugly. Like, it's just ugly. I'm sorry.
Listen, again, this is why everyone should have plenty of money, so that if you want to get things fixed up and go for it. I think, I'm about it. Do what you do.
I got a crooked nose. I got blemishes all over. Freckles. Not blemishes. I got freckles. I got a crooked fucking. I got a crooked big right fucking pointy nose.
I know. I do too. I got the same thing.
So it's like, yeah, I own my shit. I know I'm not that good looking, but you know what? I just have confidence. You're fine.
You know what? Yes, work with what you got, man. That's for real.
What can you do? I mean,
there's nothing. Well, unless you do have a bunch of money, there's nothing you can do. Just learn to love it.
The only plastic surgery I've ever thought about doing is getting my ears fixed.
From those?
Yeah, from the gauges. Yeah. Eventually. But they don't look bad, so I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, eventually. When we get podcast rich, it'll,
Well,
I'm just thinking, please go to our Patreon and support our shit so that John can fix his gauged ears.
Yeah, let's get a bunch of pity money.
Why not? Shit.
Yeah, I bet. I'm not above it. Yeah, I don't live in a fucking mansion.
No. Mama needs a new fucking water heater pretty soon here, so get on that Patreon.
Right. But like, I mean, it's cool right now because it's like, whatever. I'm not even 35. So it's like, meh, whatever. But like, when I turn 60, do I want to be 60 with you?
Yeah. But you got time, so it's all right. There's no rush.
I mean, kids already look at me all fucking strange. So it's like,
Do they?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I got just beaming red beard. Like, it's very red. You know what I mean?
You're ginger,
and then,
yeah.
Yeah, and then
you're at a very obvious ginger, yeah.
Yeah, look at this.
Like, yeah.
What a joke! I'm gonna walk into a tattoo parlor and say, "Can I get a sleeve tattoo?" Yeah. let's look at that with fucking mud all over it. Come on,
you think they wouldn't do it?
Oh, they would do it, but it looked like shit. You know what I mean? What are you gonna fucking do? Draw over this? It's still gonna show through. It's gonna look like I'm a filthy fuck and got dirt all over my shit.
That's what it is.
But like, of course,
God's
and then
dirt.
they see
freckles
this.
are just God's dirt. There you go.
Well, I mean, they say they're angel kisses, but okay. It's like, well, I've slayed some angels.
I was gonna say you've had some angels just all up in your shit.
I'm gonna say they're fucking tackling me on the street and making out with me, apparently. But anyway, and then I got big gauges, and so it's like, and then most people are like fucking, the yuppie Christian cocksuckers. But it's
that's true. You are kind of in a little bit more.
And then they look at it, it's like, what the fuck? He's got holes in his ear. Yeah. What's going on there?
You look like a giant spooky dude.
Okay. Wait a second. There's a hole, and then you put some rubber shit in it.
Yeah, man. If you did, can you imagine if you did have sleeve tattoos, how they would look at you?
I was very close, because I used to work in a tattoo shop. So it's like, I could get tattoos for basically, hey, you want to do a tattoo? You know what I mean? It's like, all my tattoos I got for free just because we were bored in the shop. And they're like, hey, can I do a tattoo on you? Sure. What are we doing? And then I would pick it because fuck you, it's on my body. You know what I mean?
What did you do at the tattoo shop?
Piercings.
Oh, you were doing piercings.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I did right when I moved to town. But it was like, just like a side thing. Like, I'd go to work and then I'd just do that till like 9.
Oh, okay.
But then I didn't, and it wasn't worth sitting there all fucking night because I didn't get that many piercings. You know, I mean, people want tattoos. They don't want piercings. But I just... Maybe
not around Fargo. Maybe it would have been, I don't know where they would be more popular, but.
Well, it's, I don't know, just to be just a piercing artist is hard because it's like mostly do tattoos and piercing.
Right.
I just can't do tattoos because visual art, I just fucking can't do it.
That's not for you. That's why I like my my iPad because the graphic art sort of mixing shit together and make it work.
Yeah, for sure. But like as far as visual, like
I'm
people
not good
say,
at hand drawing.
Yeah, like are you kidding? Like I tell people all the time, you could put a picture next to me and give me a pen and a paper or a pencil and paper and give me 10 fucking years and you will not have anything that resembles that. Nothing.
I think it would be hilarious. Okay. Go support our Patreon. That's a Patreon thing we could do. We get super stoned and we'll pick a picture.
Oh God.
And we'll video both of us trying to like copy, mimic, draw that picture to the best of our ability as we're stoned. I think this would be hilarious.
Well, I'm down. I mean, I'm down, but
let's Patreon that.
You're not gonna get good shit.
Well, that's not the point. That's not the point at all.
Well, I mean, what if
I want to see how it comes out.
What if I surprise myself and it comes out just like a fucking Picasso?
Wouldn't that be like if you like when you're stoned, you're Van Gogh, but when you're sober, you suck.
Yeah, that's just what I needed in high school art class is a little THC.
Things would have been so much better.
Well, to be honest, high school would have been a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, right. For real. Yeah. If we could have all been microdosing at the time.
Well, fucking the teachers, especially.
Life would have been easier.
Do you imagine being like, okay, you imagine being 32 years old and you have to look after a fucking classroom with cocksucking kids? Just the most asshole fucking kids you've ever met in your life.
I did like a semester in college of like at a local school or something.
Being like shit?
Yeah, teacher assistant stuff.
To become a teacher? Oh.
Fuck that shit. That stopped fast.
They're fucking assholes.
They're terrible.
They're fucking assholes. Like that's
whatever.
The thing.
Good for the people who do it, but no, thank you.
But it's like and teachers get bullshit money. It's like the teachers aren't there to teach
you
kids.
You have to really, really, really want to be a teacher to be a teacher because there's no benefit in it whatsoever. You get no money. You get all the germs.
I mean, let's be honest though. Teachers are getting paid not to babysit to basically babysit your kids, so they're not at a fucking house party, fucking everything in sight and creating kids. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. Unsupervised teenagers would be a nightmare.
Oh God, I don't.
Yeah, if they didn't have school to go to, and they had, let's be honest. When you called in at school, like told your parents, "Oh, I'm sick, I'm not going to school today," you were up all fucking day watching TV.
Yeah.
Just imagine that period of 17-year-olds.
Unsupervised. And the things that you have access to now, like we didn't have access to the internet and all kind of shit. Think they could get up to all kinds of trouble.
But you know what? We came from podunk white trash fucking towns, and we all had a liquor cabinet.
This is true.
So,
like how much can I get away with that is not noticeable?
Just do the vodka. All you have to do is put water in it. I mean, do this. It's not rocket science. Take a vodka.
No, we're not. Listen, we're not trying to advocate this to anybody. But yes,
this is what.
This is what we did. Kids, don't do this at home.
Don't do this. Don't do it. Drink's bad. Drink's bad.
Okay.
But yeah, like when I was a kid, if I wanted some vodka, take a pop bottle and just pour some in, right? And then mark where it was at with a fucking marker. And you put water in it to the mark, and then you take a nice little alcohol pad and wipe the mark off. It's not rocket science. It's just not. Well, I mean,
the thing. See, look at here's the thing I'm gonna say. School kind of does not help kids to be and teach us ingenuity. It was us trying to be sneaky and find ways to cope with living in bumfuck nowhere. That's what taught us to be creative.
Okay, shoot. Let's hit the spooky topic. Ooh.
Not just kind of because it is spooky season, which I love. I just, what are some of your favorite spooky movies? I am in love with bad horror movies.
Of course.
If they're bad, I love them.
Well, they're all shitty in their own way. That's what I love. Even the new ones, like the new ones, they pump them out too quick for them to be like, oh, it's a masterpiece. No, it isn't. It's probably good. You know what I mean?
I love so one of the movies that I have you ever seen Dolls? It's like from the 80s. It's called Dolls.
I think I've seen part of it once.
Like legit, you know,
yeah,
doing I'm stop motion animation with like plastic fucking dolls, and this chick gets blown away by toy soldiers shooting her. It's brilliant. It's amazing. I love it.
Something tells me that I've seen it before, but I can't be sure. Like I can't recall it.
I was gonna say, well, it's from the so like if you watched it back in the day, go find it on the streaming whatevers. I don't remember. I think it's on. It might be on Hulu. I don't know. Dolls is what it's called. It's from like 1987, 89, something like that. And fucking shit. I love it. It's ridiculous.
It's just like production wise, just shitty.
But I love it when it's anybody can do CGI anymore. But the people who had to stop motion animate a doll to make it look like it was stabbing someone in the back, like that's that's some work right there. Or maybe they made little animatronic dolls. I don't know, but it's pretty bitchin'.
Yeah, they might. I mean, who knows? Like they didn't have many options as far as like filming. No. You know what I mean?
But I kind of love that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like the we were talking about a series. I think you haven't. Well, it's not a series; it's just a collection of movies. But
which one?
Leprechaun. Have you seen it?
I have all of them, and I want to watch all of them because I haven't seen.
You haven't seen them?
No, don't they end up in space at some point?
Any of them? You haven't seen any of them?
No.
Oh fuck me. Okay. Here's the thing. The Leprechaun. Okay, I think. Don't quote me on this, but I think the first Leprechaun was. I think it was filmed in the Badlands.
Oh, in South Dakota?
Either North Dakota or South Dakota, one of the Badlands. I think.
Well, let's look this shit up. Where's my phone?
Yeah. If you want to look
Leprechaun.
But it was one of Jennifer Aniston's first movies. It was before.
Oh yes.
The first one.
I think I remember this.
Yeah.
The Leprechaun.
But I think it was like it's so great. But like as far as shitty production, that's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite.
Shitty. Just movies ever. The old bad horror movies that are so bad they're good.
Well, because it's like it's Warwick Davis, which is fantastic.
Oh yeah, I mean? Love him.
But it's like he, along with being a ruthless, like crazy killer leprechaun, he also has the best like joke drops. Like as,
but that's like, great. That's what I love. Oh, it's so fantastic. Inappropriately played. Yeah. I love it.
Like
Dan O'Grady.
The dude from Mad TV, the guy that played Stewart. Is it something McDonald?
Norm McDonald? No.
So no. But anyways, the guy that played Stewart in Mad TV, and the guy in Austin Powers, the stop guy when he's like rolling towards him in a bulldozer, like slowly.
Yeah.
He gets run over it. That guy. Guy. In the Leprechaun 2 or 3, I can't remember which one, he basically gets his hands pinned to the bar and his face melted off with an espresso machine from the steam.
Oh, and I can't remember. From the steam of an espresso machine?
Yeah, he just breaks off the valve and he just sits there and his face is just melting off. And then the Leprechaun says a line there, but like that's where he drops his like comedy lines when people's faces are melting off. This is the level.
I love it though.
Oh, it's so good. Leprechaun is one of my favorite movies ever. Like, I've never seen Leprechaun in Space. I've never seen Leprechaun in Space. But
there's like 7 Leprechaun movies.
Yeah,
right. There's a lot.
There's 1 and 2 Leprechaun in the Hood.
Oh, it's set in North Dakota. It was shot in California with most interiors filmed at Valencia. Oh, it's Studios. Set in North
Dakota. Okay. Yeah, there's a 1 and 2 Leprechaun in the Hood. With iced tea.
See, now it's set in North Dakota, so North Dakota is supposed to have leprechauns.
Well, it was. What? Here's the thing: it's a guy that he he finds a leprechaun and he steals the leprechaun's gold.
Right.
And then for some reason, he's an Irish guy, and for some reason, he has a 4-leaf clover. Like he just pulls it out just so randomly, right?
I kind of feel like
he's just like, get back, leprechaun, into this box, right? And the leprechaun gets pinned in this box, and then he sets the 4-leaf clover on top, and that keeps the leprechaun in the box for, I don't know, it's like 10 years. And then Jennifer Aniston and her stupid friends come.
Stupid friends. Because that's always what happens is the stupid friends getting into the shit you're not supposed to.
And they come and they take the 4-leaf clover off, and then boom, the leprechaun appears. And he wants his fucking gold. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like, yeah. That's the whole thing. They want that shit back.
Yeah.
But I just love that it's set in North Dakota in 1993 and that, like, we here in the Dakotas are so remote, they can be like, well, we'll just set it there. Nobody knows. Nobody lives there. Well, sure. This Irish dude lives there and finds a leprechaun in North Dakota. Why not?
Well, the reason I thought it might have been filmed here is because, like, if you're in a low spot in the Badlands, like the peaks of the plateau plateau of a Badland will kind of look like a mountain in the background. You know what I mean? Like, so I was like, it looks hilly enough to be the Badlands.
I mean, that's where it was set, so they did make it. I love it. Yeah, I love it.
Well, and then
I also love
what's a good one that you like? Let's hear it.
No, I just also love like some of the weird bad monster movies. I don't know if there's this one movie that I love called Grabbers, and it's set in Scotland. And do you know this movie?
Not yet.
Like, okay, so it's set in Scotland, and there's these like some kind of, I don't remember if it's like an alien sea creature or I don't know. There's these sea creatures eating people, and the only way to stop them from eating you is to be drunk because the alcohol poisons them. So these people all have to hold themselves up in a bar and get wasted and figure out how to take down this sea monster thing. And it's just so stupid. I love it.
Well, speaking of like movies that are I don't know if they're filmed. This movie was filmed in England or but it was set in Scotland.
The setting was or whatever.
Yeah. It was set in Scotland. Okay. I can't remember the name of the movie, but historically, there was a family in Scotland that would kill like drifters, like people that traveled on roads and stuff.
Sure.
They would kill them, and they were like a cannibal family.
I wonder. This sounds familiar. I don't know if it's because from a true crime that I've watched or from a movie I've seen, but
yeah. Like, it's a true story, but this film
it's based on a true story.
Way in left field. Like, I thought I was going to watch, like, a historical movie.
Oh, and it was like a fictionalized version.
Oh, very.
Okay.
Like, I found this out when basically the master of the, like, not the master, but, like, the leader of this family or whatever.
The head of the household, the cult leader.
Like, there was a guy that they caught basically in a stockade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the head and stuff like that. And I realized it wasn't a historical movie at this moment when the guy walked into that house and one of his inbred sons was banging the guy up the ass that was in the stockade.
Oh!
Like, I don't remember them mentioning that in the story.
Wow. So they just took that to a whole other level.
Yeah. And they basically made the story into the mother of the family was like some fucking crazy mutant, just bleh, you know what I mean? And like, the thing about it is they have to kill people to feed them to her, or she'll get out and she'll feed herself. And then eventually she gets out and she feeds herself. You know what I'm saying?
On the like family, all the time, I hope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not necessarily on the family, but like people.
That would be the ultimate. So you're killing people to feed to mama. If mama got out and then ate you, I think that would be.
Yeah.
We need to redo that movie.
It was out there. But like one thing I remember about this movie is there was a guy that was like waiting at a road. I don't know if he was like looking for the people that were missing. and he was like right outside of their place. And then all of a sudden he looks up and there was this fucking gnarly looking like mutant chick jumping out of a tree, just like and like eating him like there. And that's the mother apparently. But the story just goes it was a cannibal family. But they took that and ran to fucking.
Sounds that way. I mean, yeah, a lot of literary license taken with the truth. But that's how they do with the horror movies. They make it worse.
It was so bad. I was like, you could have made this historically accurate and into a horror movie. You didn't have
without having to go this far.
Well, cannibals are scary enough, I think.
I know. Well, yeah. That's that. I've had this idea for a long time. We're gonna figure it out, and it's gonna be one of our podcast merch items. I want, those tall wooden welcome signs people have outside their house.
Yeah, like the cats with the tail and shit.
Well, they're just like the long wood boards.
They're like long boards, but like you know what I mean, like with the weird tail going up.
Or whatever they have. It says welcome. I want one that's gonna say trespassers will be cannibalized.
Oh shit!
That'll
be a hit in the neighborhood.
I think it would be hilarious.
Right? I mean, you think they'd run fast past your house now?
I want to be that house. I want to be the weird witchy bitch in the neighborhood that kids are running past my house scared. I want that life.
I hate to break it to you, but when I was down there, I kind of saw you were already that person.
# life goals accomplished.
Hey, I watched your dogs barking at kids walking with their mothers. And their mothers looked at your house and started going, come on, like waving them, like let's fucking go. Like that's Blair Witch shit over there. You know what I mean?
Good. That's what I want.
But I'm just saying, I don't think I don't know if I'd waste the effort or the time on the plank. I think you're already kind of.
I've already got it. I'm already that weird bitch who lives. What? I have caught myself talking out loud to myself in public several times in the last week, and I'm like,
all the time.
Yeah, I probably am. I'm the neighborhood crazy bitch. That's who I am.
I have conversations.
I don't know. She lives alone. Just leave her alone. We don't know.
Yeah, like I've had conversations with myself in my head, like out loud.
Yes, like a lunatic.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we're all fucked up in our own way. I guess that's why we're all taking pills.
Maybe that's what the head injuries did too. Now we talk out loud.
I mean, I didn't get run over, but I did take a wicked header.
Right.
Like the streets in Wishick aren't anything to brag about, but they hurt.
They're hard. They're hard like normal streets.
Fucking right, they are. And that bitch, and she looked at me with her fucking shallow soul and was laughing as I got up, and I'm like, "Fuck!" You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Well, but at least you weren't related, because most of my head injuries were my brother's fault. So
my thought in the whole situation, I could have been under both of her fucking tires, just.
Hey, yeah.
Oh man!
You could have been done for the day.
Yeah, and then what is she gonna get out and giggle? Are you okay? Like fucking bitch. She's cool.
Like a cartoon situation from a Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where your neck gets run over and there's the tire print over your flattened neck.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand it was supposed to be like it was supposed to be a ha funny joke, but that means you don't drive with a human being on your hood for 5 blocks.
Ooh, yeah, not 5 feet real slow, like haha funny.
I could have did a block and then she stopped and then goes, hey, you guys can't get off now. Not me tumbling down the street after I smack my head on a rock.
Just hitting that pavement real good.
Right. Next thing I know, I was holding a bloody knife and there was bodies everywhere. I was like, officer,
how did I get here?
I blacked out. I don't know what happened. You know,
suddenly I'm in my 30s and the basement's full of bodies. What's happened?
If you're ever in a situation like that, always order DoorDash. It's a great fucking out. Like, I couldn't have murdered 6 people. I was expecting DoorDash. Think a guy expecting DoorDash?
DoorDash, please give us some ad money. Right? We'd love to advertise for you that you're great for an alibi.
True that. Well, and then 10 minutes later, it's not going to work. And then you're like, can I take my Mexican pizzas with me and just eat them quick in the car? You know what I mean?
As the cops are taking you away.
Hey, I've seen cops. You know what I mean? You've seen people in the confession room eating chicken, and it's like they're not heartless. They'll let you eat your chicken.
They'll let you eat your chicken.
Right?
There you go.
Hey, if they know you're going in,
I was gonna say, if you have I think if you have a basement full of bodies, they're doing anything to keep you happy, so you'll talk.
Well, I think that's just something else you could bring up in court. I mean, these fucking heartless assholes threw away my chicken.
They got rid of my chicken.
And they said they threw it away.
Are you thinking about getting some DoorDash chicken? Or
No, I'm just saying. No, this is just where my head went. I have a weird, you know what I mean?
It's okay. See, listen, this will help our audience to understand the tangents we go on.
Well, have you ever seen like a cop chase and they use the pit maneuver, and then instead of the car just peeling out and doing circles, it's tumbling at 65 miles an hour?
Yeah.
That's kind of how my brain works. It's like it'll stay on course. It'll stay on course, and then all of a sudden it hits a pothole going 200 miles an hour and starts flipping down the fucking road.
Up upside down in a tree.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's kind of how I got on the DoorDash and everything. And my brother ordered DoorDash today, so
my brain works that way too. It's like there's this one little domino that'll fall, and then you'll go 6,000 miles away from the thought that you were just on, just without even trying. You just end up there.
But I mean, anyone out there, you shouldn't murder anyone. But if you find yourself in a situation that you just can't talk your way out of anymore,
just get yourself DoorDash.
Order some DoorDash before you do it. And just
some Chinese food.
I was playing video games. I just came down from upstairs. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
How do I know you didn't do this?
Yeah, you planted these bodies in my house. That could be kind of a great. We might be writing a horror movie right now.
Maybe. But like I said, at the very least, you'll get a Mexican pizza before you get thrown in the clink.
There you go. Have your own last meal to make sure before you get away.
We call those small victories.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take whatever silver linings in life you can get.
Right. I do have one horror movie subject that I hope my brain doesn't, just
hard left turn. What do you got?
Do you ever notice, like in a horror movie, let's more so slasher movies? Do you ever notice like the chick, she's unharmed, like she's running, right? Running away from this person, unharmed, but for some reason, him walking down the street like this is always catching up to you.
Jason and Mike Myers. They're giants and they have a long stride, so apparently they can just walk leisurely while you're running really fast.
Fuck that. I ain't buying that. But no. And how the fuck did you love
that about the old movies though?
Yeah. But like that's the thing too. It's like, how the fuck do they find you all the time? They're not fucking bloodhounds. How are they finding you?
I know. Really, I understand, the Mike Myers, the unkillable thing. Yeah. It does become a joke at some point because it's like, how intelligent can he really be?
Well, the thing about Jason too is there's a Jason movie that's filmed in Manhattan.
I only remember the first one, I think.
Well, okay, there's one film
where it turns out that it's his mom.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the first one where it's like his mom.
His mom is crazy.
Yeah, but there's one that's Jason. It's something Jason in Manhattan or something like that. It's literally.
I know. I think I remember this. I don't know if I've seen it, but I remember.
Okay, you could get away from him for 20 minutes of that movie, and he'll just show up out of nowhere. They film movies and Impractical Jokers in Manhattan, and people don't even recognize them. You're going to tell me Jason can find you in Manhattan?
New York? Yeah. No,
most Uber drivers can't find you in Manhattan.
True. That is a true thing. I don't know. It is. I feel like they have some kind of supernatural magical powers or something to just zap themselves wherever the fuck you are. And not only that, but they get in there all quiet and sneaky like so that you don't notice. Like, honestly, Mike Myers, you mean to tell me that giant lumbering dickhead isn't going to make a lot of noise getting into a house? Like, how does that work?
That's the thing, too.
It's like a giant ninja master who can find you anywhere. Yeah, no, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
And then he comes like on Halloween, Michael Myers.
Yeah.
He'll come into your house. You won't hear a goddamn thing, right?
No.
You'll be on the fucking 18th floor with no entrance.
Always upstairs. Always.
Like, oh, I guess the storm knocked out the fucking power, and then you'll be in a room holding a lighter like this, and you'll go like this. I don't see anyone, and his fucking face
is right back there.
This dickhead can't run. He can climb up a fucking building
and do it quietly and get into your and be sneaking into windows without making noise.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe it's partly because I'm just not a very graceful person and I know how much noise I make. But yeah, I have a hard time believing he can just like populate himself into any space. It is almost like he would have to be a magical fairy kind of person, just like teleporting wherever. Hey, here I am again, wherever you are.
I mean, this isn't a hitman we're talking about that cost $1 million a hit. This is a guy that's got the mentality of a fucking 8-year-old.
Right?
And he's 6'4". You're telling me he's gonna climb a fucking building and get in there without a window?
Not breaking anything, not you're not knocking over any of the things on the dresser. You don't,
let's be honest,
accidentally step on the cat or anything.
Right. Let's be honest. I smoked fucking cigarettes for 15 years, and I'm not the most in shape person. Let's be honest. And then, but I could outrun this fucking guy. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not that convincing.
I get it. I hear what you're saying.
You get 8 blocks down and you're just like, and then you see him just walk out and then do one of these.
Yeah.
And look at it. It's like,
slowly coming, yeah.
Yeah, what does he just wait until you're not looking and then just
and you're doing a lot. Yeah, he's never out of breath.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
he's never like he's been. Yeah, you mean to tell me he chased your ass down and you're panting like a motherfucker and he's just zen chill over in the corner waiting to stab you?
Yeah, and it's like,
no, I get it. But that's kind of what you love about him is that it's ridiculous.
And then have you ever noticed that in the horror movie, like he can kill 15 people and not have a drop of blood on him?
Yeah.
It's fucking
that white mask stay nice and pale and white. Yeah. That should be sprayed with red.
Pretty much.
I love it.
There's one horror movie that I didn't have to watch, but there's 2 interesting ones I want to talk about. Have you ever seen The Ritual?
I've heard of The Ritual. I've heard it's good. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
It's on Netflix, I think.
I don't know. I don't think it's on Netflix. I don't think it's like a Wendigo.
I love Wendigo. We got to talk about cryptids on some episode too. Wendigos, love it. Right up my alley. Super excited.
Have you seen Antlers?
Antlers
is a horror movie. I think that is a Wendigo in that horror movie. But in The Ritual, it's something else. It's some kind of folklore. It's basically like an elk body, and then
like a skinwalker, maybe.
But here's the thing: it has like an elk rear end and front end, like as far as legs to run.
Almost like
and then it has a creepy face, like a face that has like glowing gold eyes, and then like extendable hands. So like I don't know.
So it's got 6 limbs.
Yeah, but like 2 are only used for grabbing, and then 4 are only used for running.
So kind of like a centaur, but gross.
Sort of, but it's like an elk or a moose body because it stands like super high.
Okay.
And then
it's some kind of. I need to look this up and find out what kind of creature this is.
I want to say it's probably some kind of Scandinavian like folklore because it was filmed in like Sweden.
Okay.
Like it was based in like a.
Because I'm thinking about the sort of mythical creatures like Pan or like the kind of the satyr creatures, goat men creatures.
Yeah. I get that.
Cernunnos and the guardians of the forest kind of things, but in a spooky way.
Yeah. But I think I believe Antlers is a Wendigo. Okay. If you want, like, I don't know if you.
I just love anything like that. I love anything cryptid that lives in the woods. The stuff stuff about the rake, like the weird white creatures that are sort of humanoid.
Yeah, the white, what are they called? Whiteskins or something? Like the aliens that are
the
like
White Walkers, the tall whites are supposed to be an alien species that was in I don't know.
I used to watch a bunch of Ancient Aliens, so they mentioned them a bunch.
I love anything aliens, anything cryptids, anything out in left field. I fucking love it.
You know what I didn't like?
Huh?
That movie, The Fucking Fourth Kind.
I don't think I've seen that one. Now, that one is one that's based on, supposedly based on a true story, or was that like a bunch of hype that they did?
No, it's based in Nome, Alaska. And basically,
but is it like based on like actual, like the way that I think I remember them advertising it like it was a real documentary and it wasn't, kind of thing, right?
It was filmed basically like a true crime way. It was filmed,
but it's like not actually based on true story. It's like,
I mean, these people, who knows? These people are just probably telling stories. Like there's a guy in North Dakota that believes he was visited by aliens. I mean, they're out there. Like there's, I believe there's a guy in Tappan.
Sometimes maybe they are visited by aliens. Sometimes they're crazy.
I don't fucking know. I've never met an alien, but you know what?
I'd love to.
Didn't the government basically came out and said there are aliens? Like there are
well, there are aliens. We know there's aliens. Fuck the government. I don't need them to tell me.
Like I believe the documents that were blacklisted, they basically just came out and said, yeah, we believe there are intelligent beings that we don't know much about that visit us.
I think they're saying it, but they know.
There was something they said. They
know more than they're letting on. They're sure.
But that's a big jump. Like that was kept secret for a long, long time. You know what I mean?
Well, but they
like the Roswell shit. Who knows if the Roswell shit was true? But they're saying that there are unknown things that visit our planet. Basically, how could they not? They got radar and shit.
If you look up Dr. Stephen Greer, the Roswell incident was not only real; it was not a crashed UFO. We shot it down with weaponry weaponry that they created off of Tesla technology that they stole from him after he died.
Well, and yes,
I know I sound like a crazy conspiracy theory person, but it's really not that far out of the realm of possibility. The government does shady shit, people.
Well, sure.
I'm not trying to be a crazy.
It's all good.
But it came out anyway.
But like, here's my thoughts on like Area 51 and stuff like that. It's like that we were visited or whatever. Like what you said, like they said that
they said it was a crash, but it's like if they can get from another star system to here, I think that they're not going to just crash their shit all over our,
Well, here's the thing too. Most people go this route. They'll go like, if they could fly here from whatever planet, you know what I mean? Don't you think they could defeat a fighter jet? But this is where my mind kind of goes. It's like, how do you know they're not just travelers? You know what I mean? Like,
how do you know that we're not just the fucking assholest place that they ever been to, and we're shooting them down like dickheads, and they're just out trying to have a good time, and they're like, "Hey, man."
Yeah, but like, it's not even that. It's just like, they probably are armed, but like, why would make you think that somebody just coming here to zip around a little bit would have like guns?
Well,
maybe not.
Also, like, why would they come here for conquest? Like, if they have the technology to get from another star system to here, they probably could zap us out of existence if they wanted to. But what would be the point? Like, that's a human bullshit thing. The violence, people, like that's a humanity thing. The violence. And the need for conquest.
Well, like another really good, like crazy movie is like, I like those movies that are like unexplained to you. You kind of just watch it unfold and you don't really know what it is, like Cloverfield. Like those kind of
that was kind of forever.
Well, Cloverfield
I haven't seen this new Nope is the new. Have you seen the trailers for Nope? Have you seen it?
Nope. I've seen Nope. Yep.
I haven't watched it yet. I gotta watch this dude who does Nope and Get Out and Us. I have all of them. I've bought all of them to watch, and I haven't. I need to. That one's an alien movie, yeah.
Nope is technically it's an alien movie. I mean, a spoiler alert, but
that's fine. I don't care. Go watch the movie. Just because we say it's aliens doesn't mean that whatever. Go watch it.
I mean, it's technically like a lot of people. It's a different twist, so you'll see. But what was I going to say? What were we talking about? Like ancient aliens and stuff like that. No, the guy that not is it Michael Key, Keegan Michael Key, or the other guy that writes the movies?
Us and Get Out. I don't
Key and Peele, the Key and Peele dude.
I think he's the one that writes those movies.
Yeah.
Get Out. Let me look it up here.
One of them. It's either Keegan Michael Key or Jordan Peele. I think it's Jordan Peele. He directs those movies, and I think he writes them. He wrote Us. I think. Well, he wrote all those movies you were talking about that you have to watch. Yeah, Get Out, stuff like that. I haven't seen Get Out. I've seen the. I think is it called Us or?
Yeah, Us is one of them.
I've seen Us. Us is pretty good. It's weird, but it's all right. But yeah,
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele, yeah, he's in Key and Peele. He was a comedy writer.
Isn't it interesting? It's interesting to me. I feel like that people who enjoy comedy also enjoy darkness. Don't you think that that's kind of a thing? I see that in myself anyway. Like in my mind, I'm like, I can see how you could write a comedy show and then turn around and write some really wicked horror movies.
For sure.
That makes sense in my brain.
Well, you have to consider he probably had these movies written a long time ago. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, for sure.
Because Key and Peele, it's old. Like, it's been on TV for a long, long time. But I'm sure he had these written. He's probably pitched these movies before, and people didn't take him because he's a nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But after Key and Peele,
I'm over here writing my own little shit too, and nobody cares yet. I get it. I know.
But here's the thing. Are you writing, like, do you enjoy writing it, or are you writing it to catch wind and kind of get some money out of it?
I mean, obviously I would enjoy it. I enjoy it. I do. And I put out like 2 episodes of my Abernathy Franklin podcast that I am writing. Yeah, I enjoy it, but I'm not gonna pretend that I wouldn't prefer to podcast and write than to work a 9-to-5 job. I'm not gonna pretend.
I hear that.
Let's just be honest. The worst horror movie of them all is to be a human working 9 to 5.
Yeah. I actually enjoy my job. Like, my job's not bad. I'm one of those rare people that actually goes to work and actually has a pretty good day.
That's the great thing, though. Honestly, for me, it's like I love the people. It's not enough. I need more.
You can. Well, I mean, to be honest, before I started taking like medication for like anxiety and depression and shit, I was always like triggered pretty easily. Like, I'm just a more chill person.
No, it makes a difference. I agree with that. Yeah.
But like, I go to work. My job isn't that. It's not physically demanding. You know what I mean?
Well, neither is mine. It's just also not very intellectually stimulating.
But that's the thing. It's like I take the job I have now over the job I used to have. That's a fucking upgrade. Because I
agree.
I used to run a saw in a truss company. But not run a saw. I used to stack rough for a saw. And basically you sit there and stack wood all day. But it's just a mindless fucking job. You just sit there and stack wood. You're just this all day.
See, and I kind of feel like my job is mindless in the sense that it's just pencil pushing nonsense. And I've been doing it for like 20 years of my life.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It had its perks, like lifting all that wood all day. It had its perks. I could eat whatever. I mean, I could eat whatever.
Oh, you were gonna burn the calories. It's I used to work at the post office and I was a clerk, but I would look at the mail carriers and be like, shit, I should be a mail carrier. You can eat fuck all whatever you want because you burn all that shit off all day. You're fit as hell because you're walking around all day.
That's the key. That's the key to fitness right there. A physically demanding job. Right.
There you go.
Right after that first cup of coffee, you take that gravelly morning shit and then you get to work.
And go do that hard labor and you be fit.
But here's the thing. I've gained 20 pounds at least since I've left that job, but I'm happier.
You know what? And a few extra pounds is worth some extra happiness, I think, in this world.
I mean, most of it's cock weight, so.
Christy, we're letting you know. In case you're out there listening.
Christy, you dirty bitch. Find out. What do you want to end with? We got to end with one more thing. What are we doing? Oh! I got one.
All right, what are we ending with? And like, give us a goodie.
I got two things. What's your favorite Halloween candy?
Ooh.
And I want you to kind of give people a background about what it's like to have a Halloween in the Dakotas when it's not warm. You can't wear what you want.
No, because you got to sometimes have snow pants under that shit if you're going to be out trick-or-treating, because sometimes in October there's 2 feet of snow.
Yep. So pretty much let's start with that. I mean,
that is when you said that, I immediately thought of a fucking one year when I think I was like, I don't know, maybe I was 9 years old or something, and I remember having to wear full fucking snow pants and snow gear underneath of I was probably a ghost or some stupid shit because it was so fucking cold outside.
Well, this is the thing.
But at least we can go trick-or-treating on actual Halloween, unlike big cities where they now do this thing where it's like 5 to 7 on this day that isn't Halloween and everybody gets their candy checked because it could be
I get that.
Stupid shit.
But like back in our day, our parents didn't give a shit if we had a razor blade.
You got sent out of the house at 5 o'clock and you were out of the house until 10, running around town, knocking on doors, asking for candy. And they didn't give a fuck what you were doing.
No, people didn't give a shit. You would take those fucking popcorn balls and unwrap them and just take a bite like it was a fucking apple. Our parents watched us do that, and then somebody got a razor blade, and
Oh yeah, no, but that was not even that was not a thought in anybody's head.
But that's the thing.
When we were kids.
And as far as Halloween candy,
what about you though? Well, I don't know. I hate candy corn. I will say that's the thing I hate. Okay. I'll say that.
But just think about that for a little bit. I'm gonna elaborate a little bit more on like Halloween.
Being Halloween in tiny town nowhere.
Well, in my hometown, usually Halloween, it's either cold as shit or it's cold as shit with snow. It's either way, it's gonna be fucking cold.
It's cold.
And more than likely, like in my case, I think my dad was more into Halloween than we were.
Yeah.
So he would sit in the blistering hot vehicle, just, and then we'd be out there
and toasty while get yourselves out there and go get me a full-size Snickers.
Pretty much. It's like we would be out there just fucking shivering. When you went Halloween shopping in North Dakota, you don't go costume shopping. You go mask shopping. What is your face get? What's your face going to look like this year? Because you're going to be wearing a Columbia.
You're going to have a rubber monkey mask on with your winter coat and your snow pants. And then that's what it's going to be.
And then everyone gets the mask that you end up regretting because it's like you're outside and basically you have to look through two little nostril
holes. Two tiny little holes in those fucking rubber masks would get all wet and gross on the inside.
And it's just dripping on you. It's like, fuck this. I'd rather just go to the store and pay $5 and get the fucking bag of candy
give
myself.
Me a bag of candy. This is stupid.
Pretty much. Like people don't understand that in North Dakota. And
I don't know about you, but we would end up at the dentist's house where they would give you like an apple and a toothbrush and some floss.
I'd throw that through the fucking window.
I know. Why do we even bother going to the dentist's house?
Yeah. You know what we did? With that fucking apple? We threw it up and we kicked it as hard as we fucking could. Wherever it landed, it was fucking staying. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Fuck your stupid apple and your toothbrush. I'm trying to get cavities here.
Well, I'm not out here freezing my tits off to get a fucking apple. All right, give me a goddamn Reese's. I'll come see you.
You know what? I think that is my favorite Halloween candy. Those Reese's eggs because they have the right amount of peanut butter to chocolate ratio.
But to be honest, I'm a whore for a big cup. I love it.
For the Reese's big cups, even those ones, I prefer the big cups because there's more peanut butter. But I really like those eggs. Because they're the Reese's eggs or the pumpkins. They have the ones that are like in the shape of a pumpkin, the jack-o'-lantern ones. Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah, I'm about it. I'm about Reese's.
Okay, a shout out to dentists. Quit doing that fucking.
Quit doing that shit.
Quit pulling that shit.
For one night a year, you're not a dentist.
That's the thing. Give them the fucking Reese's. You can give them the goddamn speech when they see you once a year. All right.
Yeah. You really, if you think about it, really, you're keeping yourself in business by giving them the sugar.
That's the thing. You're not doing a public service. You're running a fucking business. Do your business. Yeah, my kids eat shitty. That's better for you.
Just let them do it. Give them the Give them the full-size Snickers. I just saw a thing on Instagram. It was a cartoon of like death was knocking on the door, and this little old lady comes out. And he's like, no, I'm not trick-or-treating. I'm here to take your soul. Oh, full-size Snickers? Fuck it, Nancy. We're good.
Right.
Like, yeah, fucking right.
But like, and then here's the thing. In a small town, if you think your parents, like my parents, they would park and they would sit in the car with the key all the way up,
and you walk around for 4 blocks.
Up and down every street, hitting every house. Mm-hmm. Your fucking feet are numb. You're like the goddamn Donner family trekking through the fucking snow. Your feet are cold as fuck. I know. Carrying a fucking satchel with candy, like a bum. You know what I mean? Like
a pillowcase. Carrying a pillowcase.
A garbage bag.
Yeah, sometimes. No, I remember.
Pillowcase. I have to. So, you don't get a pillowcase dirty. You got to wash that shit. You know what I mean?
No, that's true. That is a true thing.
You think my mother was going to send me out with a pillowcase? My fucking mother?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
You would have.
You're be washing a pillowcase. Put that shit in a trash bag. I'm not dealing with that.
This is pre-medicated, mother, too. So she would see if she saw a fucking a dot this big of mud on that pillowcase, it would have been like fucking ice. It repelled off
the ceiling. In the head with a fork.
Cut my head off. But see, that's the thing. Carry a garbage bag if it gets dirty, whatever. And it's waterproof because you're going to need it.
Because I know.
Through the
because you're
snow.
In the snow and you're all sweaty.
You're not trick-or-treating. You're walking fucking 10 miles. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. So I remember this one year. I don't know if you know Kitty O'Neill in Eureka. So Kitty O'Neill, the first female stunt woman. She was back in the day in the black and white movies. She was the stunt lady who did the Wonder Woman. She lived in my hometown, like down the street from my mom and my stepdad.
Crazy. I do like the name Kitty.
Yeah, she was a crazy bitch. You know.
You can't have a name like Kitty and not be.
Oh no, she was crazy. She was alcoholic. Well, but she was deaf was the thing. She did all this stuff, but yeah, she was deaf, born deaf, and she had money coming out of her fucking ears because she got into oil early back in the day. I don't know how she ended up in Eureka, South Dakota.
Yeah.
But we went to her house. We were taking Mikhail and McKenna, my younger sibling, half siblings. We were taking them trick-or-treating. I remember taking them to her house, and she had this giant ass fucking TV up so goddamn loud because she's deaf, and she's got like this hippie boyfriend, Bobby Cox, I think was his name of all the names, and he was some Vietnamese vet hippie boyfriend.
Kitty and Bobby Cox.
Kitty and Bobby Cox.
You couldn't write this.
No, it's great. But we come into her house trick-or-treating. She's got the TV on, blaring loud, and on her kitchen table, I'm not fucking kidding you, she had it stacked. It was like, imagine a round kitchen table or dining room table.
Yeah.
Stacked from the table up to the fucking ceiling fan with full ass candy bags. I don't know where she got a hold of this much candy. Full ass bags of candy. And she was just putting those in Mikhail and McKenna's fucking bags that they had. They had just fucking full ass bags of little baby Snickers, and said, holy hell, fucking this is the only house you need to go to. We can go home now.
Let me tell you something.
Kitty. Love it.
Let me tell you something. If I was an adult in Eureka at this time, I would have went over there.
Shit. She gave me a bunch of candy. And she'd have given it to you.
I would have went there and get some candy, and then I would have went there and get some kitty. You know what I'm saying?
And you might have been able to, for all I know.
Who knows? Well,
she probably liked to party. She was a stunt woman back in the days. You know, she's still looking for a thrill. She's since died, unfortunately. You know, rest in peace, Kitty. But
something's off about that. You can't. Was she good looking?
What do you mean? She was. I mean, Jesus.
Well, I mean, what was she?
By the time, I probably in her 70s. I mean, she was stunt woman way, way, way back in the day. Kitty O'Neill.
Did you ever see a picture of her when she was a stunt woman?
Yeah, because she donated a whole lot of her stuff to the Eureka Museum. So like she's got like her original. She was the first woman to break the sound barrier in it's some little tiny bullet car. Yeah. Jesus. She got her license taken away because she crashed her car into the lake in Eureka because she was still trying to have a good time.
Was she drunk?
Yes.
Yeah. That'll do it.
She was an alcoholic. I mean,
oh man. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so she was born March 24th, 1946. I'll post it on our Instagram. But
you should.
She was good looking, and she was
not bad.
She was fit until she died because she was an alcoholic and didn't eat anything.
That's true. I mean, like so I saw a lot of that in my childhood. There was a lot of those people. Well, whatever. I mean, live your life. But
yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Memorable Halloween. Kitty O'Neill handing out full bags of candy. Well, thank you all for listening. Go check us out on I have Jonny Haleigh DOF on TikTok and Instagram and Patreon. Go donate to our Patreon so that John can get his gauges fixed and I can get a new water heater. Support our shit. Thanks for listening. I've been Haleigh. I've
been Jonny.
And thanks for joining us on our day of fun.
All right. Later, y'all.